Our early attempts at a tractor beam went through several preparations. Preparations A through G were a complete failure. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we finally have a working tractor beam, which we shall call Preparation H. What?
Why don't you just call it Operation Ass Cream, you ass?
I'm sorry, did you want some ice cream?
Yes, I'd love some chocolate ass cream.
Perhaps later.
Yes, and with that one exact clip, we are, this stream is literally impromptu. I actually just checked in on my mixer. Oh, fuck this. I'd rather even not stream this. Never mind. This is a fucking nightmare. All the stuff in this game I could get for leveling, they have to give it to the fucking awful shit. Let me actually put it on screen. Fucking Dusk Vigil of all things. There's so much shit in this game and it has to be Dusk Vigil. But you wanna know what's pretty crazy? I actually, I redid my Dragoon hotbar, so I'm totally not gonna remember any of that. Because, the reason why I did it is because I needed more button space. Because I actually prefer to press stuff on the face buttons. And if it were up to me, that would be the one way I play this game. I always try to prioritize putting important things on the face buttons, because I think that's, well, by definition, the most important thing you almost can do. So, I'm in the middle of, like, doing weird redesigns of my Dragoon hotbar. So, what is he doing? Okay. So, like, for instance, I might move Blood of the Dragon, because in theory, well, like, right now I can't even use it, but in theory, I should never need to push Blood of the Dragon but once a fight, unless there's a massive downtime in the fight, in which case, well, I mean, what are you really going to do, you know what I mean? Like, you just gotta lose it. Because, unfortunately, you don't store eyes when you drop Blood of the Dragon, which is unfortunate. Although, to be fair, they did make Dragoon a little bit easier, I guess, because, actually, I should have tested the stupid thing before I booted up OBS, but I guess it's too late for that, isn't it? I forgot what I was saying anyway. Something about Blood of the Dragon. They made it on a 1-minute timer. So that's pretty nice of them, because the 1-minute timer is not nearly as bad as the whatever it was before. The 2-minute timer, I think, for Life of the Dragon when it first came out. And when I mean first, I mean like really first came out. Also, they changed Blood for Blood. I mean, it's not even called Blood for Blood anymore, because Blood for Blood would imply you lose something. It's just Lance Charge now, which is why initially I had no clue what it was, because people were using it. I had no clue what Lance Charge was. I thought it was some new weird move. What was the last one that we had? Power Surge for the jumps back in Heaven's Ward? Or something like that? I also decided to take off my Eureka gear, because I've been using the Eureka gear for a long, long time. And, I actually should test my mixer chat, because I trust that it works. I did obviously get back into my mixer account. I don't know why they make you wait 24 hours. I guess it's to weed out spam. I don't know why. I guess everybody had to do it who wasn't a partner, maybe? I haven't asked anybody, because I don't know anybody on Mixer, except for like those 2 or 3 people that stopped by a long, long time ago. But actually, yeah, I need to test if Streamlabs actually works currently, because I didn't reboot OBS before I started this stream, which is pretty bad of me. I pretty much have to. I also need to sound test, because my mic was acting up before I rewired everything. Because I rewired everything, I got the consoles all hooked up. The only thing left to do is to legitimately, like, plug them in, which is a 3-second thing I just need to do real quick. And I put them all back there so they're easier to reach. Ideally, I shouldn't have any connection issues, because, like, they're behind me or anything like that. So, the only thing I didn't do was set up the sensor bars for any Wii games, but to be fair, like, I don't really see the need to set up the Wii U sensor bar unless I'm, like, absolutely playing, like, Metroid or something. Just because, you know, most of the time when I use the Wii U, it's to emulate something else anyway. I'm not eating food for... I don't need food for dungeons like this. Like, if I was grinding, what am I up to now? Level 73, I think, as Dragoon? I was grinding Don Meg a little bit last night, so I was eating food for that. I only eat, well, I don't eat it, technically. I drink it. I drink the mineral water, because the mineral water just gives you the experience buff. I don't need to, like, eat food to clear a normal dungeon. I mean, like, that's kind of counterproductive, I guess, you know? I don't think we need to get too involved in that. But yeah, my whole Dragoon thing, I'm trying not to double up on buttons, because I think that that's really weird, and it's a bad habit I want to break. So specifically speaking, that's why I removed True Thrust from my hotbar. This is pretty much how I played Ninja before. Because I actually like Ninja. I think I also have the volume a little too loud. So I'll fix that in a minute. Oh, that's gonna be bad for you. This fight is fucking trolling, dude. I don't think we'll need him. I don't. As long as the tank dies incredibly slowly. Okay, he's totally dead. I think Dragoons are designed like tanks for some reason in this game. I don't know why they did that. Okay, let me remove this. I think I put it down to, what, 15 the other day? I'll put it at 13. Let's test to see if Streamlabs still works. That's totally not how that works. It probably won't, honestly. And that's probably... Oh, no, it does. Okay. Take that. Move it just a wee bit up. There you go. Pretty nice, pretty nice. And for the Titan video, because I did actually render it, and I probably should get it to upload, I had the wrong drag and drop setting. So the only two options I have, like, because you see how there's the group DPS, which is that 342. Why are we going this way? And before on the Titan, we were like at like 80 something. It was pretty high raid DPS, but it got cut off because I didn't drag the window all the way. So I apologize for that. I mean, we were way ahead, and by way ahead, I mean like maybe like 20 or so seconds, you know, nothing ridiculous, but we're actually gonna try to get the Paladin his clears today. I ended up not doing the thing that I wanted to do today, which kind of annoys me, and I'm kind of salty. It's not my static's fault, so I mean, obviously, since I'm here, I clearly did not clock out. This will also be a good opportunity to test if that text disappears, because I set the chat box to have text disappear after about 3 minutes. So at first I'm like, keep it on screen the whole time, but then as I thought about it, I'm like, you know, I should just set it to something so high that if people are sending messages, it won't be, you know, there for it won't matter. It'll be there long enough. But at the same time, if nobody sends anything and I'm just here by myself, then we don't have to wait forever for it to go away, because it would never expire. I did a lot of dumb shit on Streamlabs, honestly. I really like this outfit. I have like 3 good glamours for Dragoon and just not enough plates, because I would totally use more of them. But as you know, the lack of plates is what really kind of kills me. I would at least use 1 more. I'd use my Eureka gear, because I worked my ass off to get that fucking Eureka gear. Oh yeah, Life Surge works on Doom Spike. I forget about that. Never used to do that. I know it works on Coerth and Torment, because I was doing Holminster Switch a few hours ago. So that's pretty fucking rad. I already did the Expert Roulette, so that's also not happening. I don't like that there's nothing about the Dragoon AoE combo that extends Disembowel. I think that's the one thing that's like a real what the fuck, because they did that for every other melee but Dragoon. So I don't know why they did that, or didn't do that for Dragoon, I guess I should say. They did it for Samurai, which is a huge boost. I think it makes Samurai a lot more fun to play. But I don't know why they... At least you can't extend it with, like, Sonic Thrust or something, you know? I think that would be pretty alright. I actually do like the removal of all the resistance down things. Not just because it doesn't enforce as harsh of a meta, it just makes it less annoying to feel like you have to put it up on everything. And question if you're putting it up on everything or not. I prefer this a lot more. Okay, tank. We're good. We'll be fine. Trust me. It's the hard version of this that I fucking hate. And I think I'm also going to move Life Surge off of the D-pad right there. I got a few good ideas of what I want to do on my hotbars. And a lot of it, I'm just going to end up making a bunch of mistakes trying to adapt. But like with Black Mage, I think it's just better the earlier I change stuff. Because then I can just fuck up now when everything is relatively easy. And then later on, when you know, shit's a little harder, I'm not totally trying to fumble my way through it. So like Life Surge is cool right there, maybe. I think I might move. Once I get out of this, I'll figure it out. I might move Dragon Sight. Which now one thing I like and don't like about Dragon Sight, and this one might be on me. Actually, I can tell you 100% that it's on me. Is Dragon Sight can now trigger without a target. So I actually need to edit this macro, because what it does is it will trigger without a target, because I don't know why I set that. I forget when I even set it to do shit like that. Okay. There's a reason why I hate this dungeon. I hate a lot of these low-level dungeons. I think they're awful. Also, just in general, this is not the most fun thing in the world. But now that I've kind of moved some stuff around, I actually like Dragoon. It's just sometimes a little bit of a pain to remember where Wheeling and Fang are. Because they're very important to this class's rotation. I argue that that's like the whole point of the class above level 50. Is you're trying to land one, and then you have to land both, and then Blood of the Dragon becomes a problem. So I was thinking something like that. That's like what I do for tanks, kinda. But I don't know what I'd put there. Put Mirage Die. That would be pretty fucking stupid. Honestly, I think I might just leave it there. Because if I didn't want to do it, and by the way, the text did disappear, I'd have to do this, which is a little bit more awkward. I wouldn't necessarily keep Blood there, though. Actually. Shit. I like Blood. You know, I like Blood there. I like Blood there is a very great quote. Since I can't speak English anymore. And if I finish roulettes before raid, I'm gonna play more Spyro. I actually had my controller batteries die in some Holminster today, which was pretty exciting. Hit him. Thank you. Jesus. Ridiculous. I mean, Second Wind could go there. I'm not sure if, like, there's any really key abilities I'm missing. The only thing maybe I could think of is, like, putting Mirage Dive on the A button. That might be helpful, because then I wouldn't have to mash it, but I'm just used to hitting this anyway. So, like, I'm trying not to change too much. I think the wheeling changes are nicer, though, because I'm not taking up one extra space. And then I have a full roster of buttons over here. I also have some empty buttons down here, too. So, kind of all works out. Works, yeah. And I guess I'll see, because there's actually not that many buttons that this class gets in Shadowbringers. I mean, I think it gets about the average, to be honest, so... It's not terrible, but it's also not, like, a ridiculous amount. And I thought about it. I think the class after this that I'm going to do is going to be Ninja, because I want to get rid of the aiming gear out of my inventory, because I basically sold almost all of it, and then I remembered at the last second that Dancer and all the other range physicals shares gear with Ninja on the right side. So I realized, yeah, I can't. I gotta keep all that. It's unfortunate. So unfortunately, I didn't think of it sooner. That's the real sad part. What the hell is this? Okay, that's stupid. I forget how early this boss jumps. I feel like it's really early, like everything else. It's actually pretty nice. I like Streamlabs when it's not actually Slob's OBS. Slob's OBS I did not have a good time with. I'm glad I don't use that anymore. Don't worry. Someday in like 3 years they'll force you to use Slob's OBS. Just like a lot of websites kind of do a lot of... The new Twitter look is terrible. I hate almost everything to do with any of it at all. So, I don't know what to really say about that. It's just terrible. Just like I said, the YouTube layout is terrible. Like, I could get if that's the layout for, like, when you're on a TV or on a phone or something, but not on desktop. It looks awful. I guess that's just the permanent YouTube layout for, like, 8 years until they randomly change it, like, I don't know, in the year 2030 something. And I will be an old piece of shit by then, so that'll be exciting. Can't wait. I know you're jumping. I'm not using Lance Charge. Yep. I didn't even get to do disembowel. Yeah, see. It's a little weird because I reversed these. Well, not for elusive jump, actually. Yeah, that's what's kind of fucked up. You can end up trapping yourself. Is he wearing yeah, Ironworks. The Ironworks sets are really good. I know I mix and match mine. I was actually thinking about it the other day, like, maybe I shouldn't mix and match my Ironworks. Because I think that just the sets themselves look so good together, I should probably just leave them together. So maybe that's exactly what I'll do. Alright, are we gonna get the LB2 or not? I think we will. Yeah, we definitely will. I love doing this. It's fun playing a DPS again. A melee again. Alright, goodbye. Give it to the healer. Healer did well. Actually, what? I don't know. Everyone did well. I just saw the healer was keeping up with some of the pulls. I don't know, whatever. I usually give it to tanks. I've been giving it to DPS lately because I haven't always had the best tanks. So Actually, I'll ask and see if what's his name wants to play Overwatch. Which I pretty much never play. Say we use Lance. Don't I have a Fey Lance? No, the Ravel Keeper's Lance. Some of these mana triggers actually look pretty good, all things considered. Like, I like the way that this one slides out. I'm not sure, like, what the design on it really is, but it looks pretty cool. But once again, my biggest problem with it, why I won't use it, is you cannot dye it. And that is the worst part about it. Because it actually looks like a really cool weapon. This and the Fey mana trigger look really interesting and really cool, but you can't dye any of them. So I just won't use them. Like, not even, like, I would actually consider it. Because this does kind of look like, I guess, a gunblade. Not that you really ever use them like guns. You only really slash them. And you don't even really shoot bullets with these. You just blow stuff up. But, I mean, we're not going to get into the technicality of a Final Fantasy game. Can't get rid of it. Oh, you can throw stuff out. Okay. While teleporting. Oh yeah, I was in a hunt train today for some reason, so I got rid of, what was the one I was using? I don't even remember what I was using. Oh, the wind-up Ixion. There you go. Because I killed Ixion. Did I kill it once or twice in the last week? I can't even remember. But I killed it. I've been doing a lot of stuff. A lot of people have been doing a lot of stuff because Shadowbringers exists. Okay. There we go. Strum. Thank you. So you can get, like, basically, what, how much is it? 40? Yeah, you can get 40 if you were to cap. I don't cap, so I get 38. And then just doing the expert roulette and rolling on garbage is the fastest way to get what you want. Especially since I don't even need any of this anymore. Let's see. Forgiven Fending. Alright, go down. Go down. Yeah, stuff like this. What am I waiting for? Trials? Okay. Yeah, I might wear this glamour for a bit. I might put back on the Eureka stuff. The Eureka stuff is almost sort of a symbol of prestige, you know? Actually, I might just put it back on now, because I do kind of miss it. Like this is a nice look, but I like to have two different looks for my my ninja and my my other stuff. Just because I like to have, or not ninja, I'm sorry, for classes that only have like one, don't share gear with anything else. I like to have multiple, because sometimes I want to look different when I'm a bard or a machinist, which is why I have some of these. Like, this is what I wear when I'm a red mage, this is what I wear when I play black mage. I don't really play summoner. I probably never will, ever again, so I gotta find a better headpiece than this, but I just threw it back on. I need to dye all of this, but whatever. Let me put this stupidity back on. I know I just said I took it off and I don't want to wear it anymore, but you know what? I lied to myself before I lied to anyone else. Where is it? No. The Elemental. There it is. I don't like the boots. I hate that they're like ankle high. Oh shit. I can't apply this, can I? No. Whatever. I'll do this. They don't let you change the attributes of your gear after you ready up. If this guy drops, I'm fixing to glamour real quick. Let's see if he drops. It's taking him a while. Nope. Okay. You never know. Could happen. It's happened. I've had one time where it took 7 attempts to get into, I think, Rita Rana at one point. It was getting really ridiculous too. It was like one of those, how is this even possible? I also need to move this around a bit, but I'm not doing that now. Also, since I moved all my externals, I have a lovely amount of space under my desk. Because I don't have externals under there anymore. It's pretty self-explanatory, actually. I hate that Leviathan has a fucking directional. Does this start with no barriers on... No, this starts with barriers on both. Okay, I was bugging for a minute. I was about to say, there's no barriers on either, for some reason. God damn. This guy is not in tank stance. Good thing nothing about this is particularly difficult anymore. Does full thrust have a positional from the rear? I don't think it does. I think the only positionals now are chaos thrust and anything to do with the wheeling and fang. Like 80% certain they don't have positionals. Use it. I used to hate doing these. It's crazy now. There's so much stuff in this game, though. Like, the more and more and the longer and longer this game goes on, you get so much crazy shit in it. I mean, that's how games work, though. So I'm not complaining at all. It's just, it's crazy to imagine how much shit there is compared to when I first started playing. Why am I hitting the front? It feels so weird to have a monster like this. They don't do this anymore. Where it has a positional, but you can only hit it from certain sides based on where the, you know, how the fight is. This basically doesn't happen anymore. Okay, this is not even a challenge. This is basically a glorified cutscene. So, high jump apparently has less frames where you can't do anything, which when they first showed off the game, I thought that was pretty cool when they had that whole character reveal thing. I'm like, oh, they finally fixed jump after like 6 years. Apparently they really didn't. Jump still is exactly the same as it was before. The only real difference now is that high jump, this doesn't really give any experience, but I'll do it anyway. High jump is a little bit faster. Like if I just want to see how fast it is, right? Oh, and I need to change my dragon sight thing. I actually pretty much should never be able to use dragon sight. Can I? No, you can't right click. I have to lock on. Yeah, I have it set to use dragon sight on myself, which should never happen. And I don't even know if I need the target line in here. I think that's redundant. So I should never be able to use dragon sight. Nope. See? It doesn't... yeah, it doesn't even give the error because I have the error line. So I could just hit it. I think that it works fine without testing it. So, like, hypothetically... Like, look how fast that is. That's the fastest jump in the whole game. Wow, that is ridiculous. Like, could we fix the other jump? I really hate the basic jump. I absolutely hate it. It's fucking awful to be rooted in place for that long. Like, let's say I do... Well, I don't have Blood of the Dragon on. Let me turn that on, right? Actually, this is perfect, see? So, like, let's say I do this, right? I actually did it wrong, but let's say I do Wheeling Thrust, and then I have to move to do Sharper Fanging Claw. If you use jump in between Wheeling and Fang, you actually can't move, so your Fang is basically going to be fucked up, because you won't get the positional. Which doesn't matter now, but when I get Raiden Thrust, it will matter, because I'll lose the ability to do it unless I use a True North. Which, to be fair, True North is pretty much on the shortest CD I think I've ever seen. That was exciting. Anyway, it's pretty fucking lenient the way that they did that, honestly. So, it is what it is. I actually kind of prefer high jump. I was hoping that they would have fixed normal jump instead of just making an ability that fixes it. Just like a lot of the traits and a lot of the problems with classes, they just kind of added traits and really late game abilities to fix rather core problems with classes. And I don't really like that totally. I think that's my one biggest complaint with Shadowbringers. They don't really fix stuff. It's always this fucking fight, by the way. Always. And I've played with Kiss My Axe before. I think they're, like, really popular in some server somewhere. That was totally not what I wanted to do. I already fucked up. That's that old setup I used to have coming back to bite me in the ass. Alright. Am I dead? Holy shit. That's almost what I get for being a good person. Like, why do I do this? Where's... Okay, there it is. Oh, that's not my bullshit. Thank you. I forget I moved literally all the key buttons on this class at 70. I got time. I like how I read her name as Kiss My Ass. That's fantastic, I know. I'm also fucking up or whatever. Still trying to get used to this shit. It's really, really, really weird to play this class like this. Which is why I kind of prefer Monk, because I just have a very chill time playing Monk. I think you have to push him to 10% before you can phase transition out of here. Okay, I don't like you already. Oh. I have to pop True North more. I already know I need to do that. And that level 50 rotation is really fucking me up. Why would we place it so close? I don't know why we do this. That's the wrong one. I already fucked up. I hate that I moved that shit. It's the worst. It's not muscle memory yet. Feels bad. Why? Like, why? I didn't mean to. That's the button where I had wheeling. That's actually really rough, honestly, to completely adapt to that. Yeah, I'm fucking it up. If I don't think about what I push, I'm just not gonna push it correctly because I changed that button. And it's really kind of bothering me, and I'm not changing it back because I want to try to learn it. It's the worst thing that could possibly happen. Okay, well, he fucking got murdered. This is totally not going to work out in our favor. What, Mike? Shit. Fuck. My fucking control. This is why I don't want to use wire. This is the worst run of this I've done in a long time. If a lot of shit happens at the same time, my computer just disconnects my controller and it just makes me walk forward. Or whatever direction I'm pushing. It's stupid. I hate it. And this is why I just want to use wired controllers, but every wired controller is like a third-party piece of shit I'm 100% not paying extra money for. By the way, we're likely dead, because they're very close. Exactly. Oh, that's right. I can't even hit him. Well, this has been a colossal disaster. There's also a gyroscope that goes in there that doesn't put you into Nastrin, but I'm already demoralized enough to not care. It's about this fight, honestly. That's exactly the scenario that I was talking about, by the way. You totally stealing this, by the way. Totally taking that. Thank you, controller, for making me walk off as soon as the effects started. That happens in Leviathan, too, for E3, where all the shit happens during Stormy Horizon. For some reason, that is really computer-intensive. I mean, it's not hard to see why it's computer-intensive, but it is very computer-intensive. Whatever. As soon as the effect started for Cosmo Memory, my computer just was like, oh, I have no clue what you're doing, and walks me off. That's excellent. And it's not that I want a controller that just has a wire that you can plug in. I want a controller where there is no option but to have it wired. There's a difference. Because a controller that can be plugged in can be disconnected if it loses the connection. So like just the connection over time could just blink. Maybe you knock it a little bit with your finger, and that's just it. It acts like there is no controller. It's basically the same problem. Maybe even worse, because now you have to connect wirelessly if you can. And even when you reconnect it, it's still like a brief moment where it has no clue what's going on while it tries to figure it out. I used to play like that. There's a reason I don't play like that anymore, and I stick with this, even though it just sometimes fucks me up and gets me killed. Oh well. Because wireless is everything, dude. And the sad part is I don't even know what's so bad with wired. I think wired is very nice. I think it works. It does what it needs to do. It doesn't set out to do anything too ridiculous. That is actually horrifically too fast. Ooh. And yes, this would never happen as an opener because there's battle litany as well as other stuff. I'm worried that that's too much button pushing, honestly, though. To have to toggle over to hit Life Surge right there. So, do you just bounce back a second time after that? Or what's going on with that? That is really awkward. I'm pretty sure I've killed myself that way when we were doing Final Omega 2. That was a lifetime ago. Like, oh, well, we're all doing great. Everything's fine. Oh, right off the edge. Everything was going perfectly. Sorry, guys. My controller just felt like saying, fuck you. So, I'm never going to find an answer to that. That's just how it is. It's unfortunate. Yeah, you're supposed to use that way earlier. Because I'm kind of used to holding Gyroskogel until you have 2 eyes. Or, well, before it was 3 eyes, now it's 2. Yeah, you actually bounce twice from that. That's kind of weird. Not really expecting that. It's kind of unnerving. You can double mash that. I need a faster, I don't want to say skill speed. I think you might need a slower skill speed, actually, to do that. That is so fucking weird. You have no idea. I was thinking about something like maybe putting Fang and Claw like there. Because every time you end a combo off of full thrust under Blood of the Dragon, the first thing that you get is Fang and Claw. So then maybe it would be something interesting to go like this, and then, I mean, Blood of the Dragon is there, but hypothetically, if Blood of the Dragon wasn't there, and put back True Thrust. As much as I don't want to do this, I mean, technically speaking, this does work out decently. Because you enter into it like this, and then you're already over here, so you don't have, I don't have to think about it. I actually like this. I like this a lot better, because it lets me have a double grip. I don't think disembowels him from the side at all. I think I'm missing the heavy thrust days. I'm like 80% certain that this is pretty decent. Because then you start like here, and you're already over on the right side. It's just really weird when you play Dragoon on at level 50 and then you have to do all this stuff. Because this completely changes the rotation by a lot. So it becomes very awkward and weird. That said, I'm also starting that very weirdly too. I do like to have it on both though, because it makes it feel more balanced, if that makes any sense at all. I totally can't see. They like to put that right in the dead center of the screen. So there's no hope if I was like in the middle of something important. Also, I think you can really weave as double weave as Dragoon. I might have lost the last usage I have here. Honestly, I think if you're in this position, the only thing that you can really do is, like, button mash it. Yeah, so you need at least, like, a second for the game to register it, because I don't think it registers it otherwise. Please give me something from Evilise. It's like this game fucking hates me. There's something in my eye too, which is just awful right now. I honestly hate this one probably the most. Because there's so much shit that just goes wrong all the time. Okay, arm's length is on B. Why is that? Oh fuck! I moved that. God damn it! Let's pretend like that didn't happen. Do I even have Fang? No, I don't. Or I don't have the continuation. So I think I just Gyroskogel on command, since I'm not building eyes. I don't even remember how to play this class at 60, because I basically never played it at 60. That's what I kind of miss about 4.5. Like, I played a lot of classes in this game at 4.5 at, like, weird levels. Just for the hell of it, you know? Just to have fun. You see, this is what I mean by a boss that doesn't have directionals and you can only hit them from a certain angle. My Gyroskogel used to be on square. Or not square, the other version of square, X. This one you're actually supposed to not go over, but I'm gonna go over because I'm confident in my healers. If I want to Lance Surge, it would be like that. Or it's Life Surge, not Lance Surge. What? How did my move get canceled? I have no clue. I can't target this fucking asshole. Jesus. Always get sucked in by the first one. I can do this. Although I could have sworn I hit true full thrust, I might have been out of range. That's such a trolling mechanic. I love it. It's a rough day to do this shit if you're not prepared for it. This is a really rough 24, man. This shit is really... It was really rough doing this on day one. I can attest to that, because I remember doing it, like, I think the day it was new. It is one hell of a show. I wonder if you could, if you have, what's it called? If you have arm's length, you might just be able to walk on the line that separates it. But in all honesty, it's not worth that much. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Two of these, holy shit. I was really hoping for Rita Rana. But yeah, I had a lot of fun playing like Summoner, Dragoon. I had a phase where I played Ninja at the end of Stormblood. I played a lot of these classes. I had a good time. I was really enjoying myself, but my main DPS was Red Mage. Why do white mages and casters always do that? Like, they run forward, they hit it, and then they run back. Like, we all saw you do it. Like, you just wanted to pull. I don't know why they do that. It's a mystery to me. I have to land 2 combos to extend Blood of the Dragon. I'm probably gonna drop it here. It doesn't really matter. It's actually almost not even worth refreshing, to be honest. Might have been looking at that. I don't know if I was. Yeah, this feels a lot more natural. And since this is the only DPS class with a three button AoE rotation, which is also really weird. I don't know why they did that either. I'm all down for getting rid of Doomspike, honestly. Don't mind me. I don't really like the way that move looks. Okay, what the fuck's going on? I also forgot to do that, because it's no longer there on my hotbar. gotta reorganize a lot of stuff. Oh boy, my favorite part. I don't even do it, because when I used to do it, I used to have to fight with people. So now I don't even do it anymore. I just, whatever my fate is, I just leave it to these people. Because you're trying to get positionals off. Oh yeah, that's right, he jumps after it. Oops. Okay. I actually get a lot of limit break for killing these things for some reason. That's not the button I pushed. I'm probably dead. Yep. I was looking the different direction. Whatever. Tried to do too much shit at once. I think it takes half a second because that was really fucking awful. Fucking kill me. This is all I do now. I just snipe limit break 3. That's all I do. It's literally all I do now. Because the Dragoon one is really nice. They gave Dragoon some real love with this game. That was really fucking weird. I could have sworn I did like the Mario, the Super Mario Sunshine stick movement, but I guess I fucked it up. I don't know if I fucked it up or if I pushed it too quickly. But either way, I probably should wait, because I would have been fine if I had hit it exactly the way I intended to. I don't think that's a rear positional. Just kill me, never mind. This is... Oh no, we have to stand here. Honestly, since there's no eyes, I'd rather honestly just drop Blood of the Dragon if I have to. There's no point in stimming myself to keep it up. I'm not losing anything. As long as like I haven't... As long as I can get my 2 combos, I'm not losing anything by keeping it up. Or by letting it drop and then reapplying. Oh, that was stupid of me. Oh, I'm limit breaking again, by the way. The days of getting sniped are over. Actually, someone might snipe it because I'm over here. There we go. Can't even target him. Nope. 1,000,000% taking it. I love this one. This is the best limit break. Because it's actually a jump. I think I streamed that one time when, what was my old guild leader? When he used it and he killed himself with it on Chaos. I think I remember that. He jumped off into the abyss. I'll never find it. I'm gonna have to look through like 20 streams of when we were doing Chaos. He limit broke his Chaos, jumped into the background, and his character followed him into the abyss, which was really fucking stupid. But it was hilarious. It is a jump. It is a reposition. I don't think the other ones are repositions. I think the animation for the monk one is cosmetic. I don't think it actually moves you. Saint Ninja one doesn't move you, I know that. Etc., etc. Also, by the way, at the start of the fight, she does a weird fucking move. Yep, there it is. It is bullshit, because that's literally not telegraphed. Feels bad. Maybe it is, but I don't think it's very obvious given how many effects are on her at any given moment. Excellent. You could do this. Now that was intentional. Thank you. Actually, really didn't need the true north. Wow, a tank actually picked it up right away. Big ups. Okay, never mind. It's not the same tank doing this, right? Thank you. Okay? Somebody grab it. Oh, shit. Why did I pop this? Oh no, okay, we still have more time with her. You might be able to do 2 full rotations with Sharper. I don't think I need to figure 8 yet. I think the figure 8ing only comes in when you have to use both of them. I fucked it up. I hate myself sometimes. I can never catch a break on some of these classes. Sure. I don't know why jump has to return you to your last position, but whatever, I guess. Yeah, she rotated. Good thing I don't really need it. I think that's a tank one, right? Oh, fuck it. No, that's in Diablo. He has a tank one. You wouldn't know it from looking at it, but it's only for tanks, and if you stand in it, you pretty much die as a DPS. You might be able to live if you're shielded. I didn't even realize we had level 3. It's also a combo breaker to use, LB. I should True North. If I have to use jump, I probably should just True North, honestly. What's the cooldown on True North? Is it 45 or 30? It's 45, okay. So you can't use it every jump. You can use it every trick attack, I know that. As long as you aren't weaving it super heavily, if you use it a little early, you can trick attack your way through something. Okay. I think you can use 2. I think every 10 levels you go up, you lose 1 usage until you're at the figure 8. I fucked up. I always forget that stuff. Generally after Chaos Thrust as a whole. Okay, he didn't turn like I expected him to. More upset I wasted those last few seconds of Lance Charge than anything. I don't know how hitting the portal makes it work for us like this, but sure. That wasn't even the right button, even if I was doing that. I think this is it? Nope. How many ninjas do we have? Because I feel like we have like near constant trick attack. We just have a bunch of dancers is what we have. Not that that's terrible either, but you know how it is. One thing that I think is cool is like Scathach stays exactly where she died. Also, his shield when he starts this phase is really, really big. I don't know if it's just been a while since I did this regularly, but it takes a lot to really bust through it. Yeah, I really gotta move some stuff around. I guess we'll see if I can get into the 50, 60, 70 quickly. I'm not doing the main scenario. I'll do that tonight. Oh, shit, 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 shit. Right as the door shut. Right as it shut. Beautiful. And I kept my combo, too. I always go in now. For stuff like this, I always go in. Because sometimes a lot of people just expect everyone to go in, which doesn't work. If everybody expects everybody to go in, then nobody goes in, meaning that you all die because nobody went in expecting everybody to go in. Which is not what I'm here for. That's his front. I've never been targeted by those. I wonder if that's a healer thing. Oh, shit. And this is how this whole raid goes to shit. Is critical gravities get out of control, basically. Okay. Am I dead? We are basically fucked. I'm gonna take this. No! Oh, wow. You know why I didn't die? Because of, I fucking mashed that. I didn't die because we LB'd. Are they gonna res anybody? They are, I see it going out. Because we are in deep shit if we don't get something going here. Okay, good. I think that's a cleave tank buster. we can paint this. Okay. Oh, what did he do? Invuln it? Yeah, he owned it. With, what's it called? That other one. Yeah, Home Gang. Home Gang is pretty alright. I'm not stacking in that. This is why we pop them at the edge, so not everybody takes 8,000. But I'm not chasing them. I'm not doing that. I got, like, no experience from that. Oh, no, there it is. So what was this for? Oh, Adventure in Need. I was going to say, I only got 155,000 for that. Yeah, there it is. It's 5 million for a 60 roulette. Oh, shit. Read everything. And sort it out later. Alright, these two rolls, when I actually need something, will be nowhere to be found. I think, yeah, I can't take that. Actually, I don't even want the Void Matter. I don't even know what it's for. I don't know if I have this card already. I do, okay. It's a real rough one, because at the end there's a lot of damage going out and shit, and I really kind of hate it. So the only thing left is this. I've been getting lucky with the 70 roulette. I got Hell's Cure. No, is it Hell's Cure? Is that the trial? No, Hell's Lid. I got Hell's Lid the other day. And before that I got Gimlet, like a bunch in a row. I'm okay with doing Gimlet. Like when I first did Gimlet, I still think it's one of the more fun dungeons of Stormblood, just because a lot of cool stuff happens, and just thematically it's pretty cool. Okay. I gotta buy more G7. I think I'm gonna skip on buying Aetheryte tickets after this. Okay. I haven't done the fashion report actually, but I got time. Yeah, I'm 74, so like, I don't want to really farm Don Meg, because I don't really have fun in Don Meg. I'll farm, I mean, they're all kind of lame. I think Holminster and Mount Gulg are the best, and even then, I don't really like Mount Gulg until the end. Oh, Raiden Thrust is at 76. Yeah. Increases the potency of True Thrust to 290. What? But then it increases this to 140? And Disembowel to 150. Does it just add 40 potency? Because I feel like it would be weird if it increased the base potency of this, but it doesn't actually, like, increase the combo potency, which is what we actually care about. We don't care about the normal potency of any of these attacks, except for the True Thrust, because that's its only purpose. We care about all the combo potencies. That's what we actually give a shit about. Where's, yeah, so what? I mean, maybe it'll show it after I get it, but that's really kind of weird. So this goes up to 290. Yeah, I think it's the base potency. And if it's just straight addition, it's like a plus 50, a plus 40 or something. So that's really what it is. Grants Raiden Thrust ready if Fang and Claw is executed following Wheeling Thrust or vice versa, while adhering to direction requirements, which I think you can cheese with True North. For 10 seconds it gives Riding Press. And then this, I think, makes Life of the Dragon always be 30, so you don't have to clip yourself up to 30 anymore. You just enter it whenever, right? That's my understanding of it. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it still takes on what the current time is. It's just that you can start by pushing Blood of the Dragon to just, you can skip it basically. You don't have to worry about when. As long as Blood of the Dragon is off cooldown, you can just push it to get it up. Something like that. Other than that, what was the one thing I wanted to add here? There was a specific move. I can't remember what it was. It's not that. Skogel. Yeah, first of all, I don't need that there. I do need Arm's Length. I don't need Bloodbath. Got the 3 Drumps, Skogel. Is Battle Litany on here? Yeah, it is. What was the one thing? It wasn't Elusive, I don't think. Oh, it's True North. That's what it is. I love that it has 2 charges. That's a nice thing. I think that's it. It's weird having Life Surge on both of these buttons, but now that I changed everything around the way I did, I have a lot of spare buttons anyway. So, I mean, everything kinda worked out for the better. Because Blood of the Dragon is right on here on a nice button that's easy. It's like a Nochian almost, except in a different button. Okay. Other than that, I don't think I have anything really to turn in. The only thing I could think of is maybe to get, what's it called? I'd stop doing the Domain Reclamation stuff, because the Domain Reclamation stuff doesn't really have anything worth doing anyway. Like, it's a lot of effort and work, and you don't really get anything out of it. So, I think that's alright. It's hard to believe this week already went by. Like, it was really fast after all was said and done. So, it feels weird, but it's all good. I do like now with Gunbreaker, if you actually look at the video where I was doing the raid, I actually balloon up to about 140,000 health between all the upgrades to my weapon and all these things. I think I gained about like 7,000 health, which is pretty substantial. So like I got my weapon this week, I got my upgraded chest piece, I got the gloves. I think I got something else, but I can't remember. So the only thing I'm getting next week is I'm getting the Eden Gate. Not the Eden Gate, I will buy the Eden Grace helmet. And I'll also buy the Tome helmet. What I'll end up doing is I'm probably going to wear the Tome helmet. Or, I'm sorry, not the Tome helmet. We can actually return to Elamar. Probably going to wear the Eden Grace helmet, because it'll have higher item level, and that's really all I care about. And I don't think it'll impact my stats really that much, since my helmet gives me, what, about 300? About like 200 and some, because this is skill speed mostly. I might need to take out some melds to keep the extra skill speed, but I'm already over what I should be, so I could lose about one minor equipment worth of skill speed and still be on top. Maybe just need a drop somewhere. Okay. Yeah. Oh no, this has skill speed. It would be good if they didn't drop determination for critical hit. So basically what I'll have to do is I'll have to meld back. So I'm going to lose about 50 critical hit, it looks like. Which isn't terrible. About 50, what is it, 54? 54. That's not a ridiculous loss, all things considered, which is why, like, this helmet is not ass, it's just not tome levels of good. And needless to say, this is also the final piece I'm looking for this set. So basically next Friday, I'm going to more or less be done with what I want to get from Eden. The only thing after that is just the gunblade, because this gunblade is ass. And, I mean, the chest piece, technically. But I don't really like this chest piece anymore. I mean, I do. So, like, if we do clear it enough times, right? Like, I'm not going to not take the chest piece. You know what I mean? Like, it is a decent piece of armor, and it is best in slot for me. Because it gives skill speed, which is what I need. And it gives a ton of it, too, as just a side stat. In which, for tanks, the only other side stat you really get is, that you want is determination. So this would basically solve my skill speed issues and allow me to meld more direct hit. It's not like a bad piece of armor. It's just I have so many pieces of chest armor. It's whatever. As you can see, it's all right. But I would wear this whole set exactly like this. So this is like the final step if I get the chest piece. But I don't really care too much for it. And to be fair, this does look pretty good in its own right. You know me, if you remember the Eurekan act of my life, which was, I remember it like it was yesterday, because, I mean, it was only this year. That's why I spent so much time in Eureka, because it was like, I wanted it so I could get the glamour that I wanted. And I just put in the effort, and put in the hours. Learned the Eurekan maps, did a whole bunch of stuff. And now nobody even talks about Eureka. It's completely forgotten. It's completely just dejected. It's removed. And I mean, the sad thing is like the biggest I told you so. But by the same token, it's like, what good is an I told you so that you know you're right on, you know? I mean, that's also why people say it in the first place, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I think the way I have it set is next week I'm going to get the, I lost my train of thought, the headpiece. And the week after that, if I go over here, oops, I'm going to get the headpiece. I won't be able to glamour it because I don't have the twine, and it's technically better because, as you can see, it has critical hit as a main stat. But whatever. Then after that, I need to get the belt, because I need the belt for stuff. And then I think, what is it, the necklace? Yeah, see, the necklace and but I mean, there's no real point in changing out some of this gear unless I augment it, because I'm losing strength off of it and vitality. So like, I'm just gonna buy it, and it'll be in my inventory, and then later, once I get the twines or whatever, probably when the near raid comes out, I'm going to upgrade those. Yeah, the bracelets suck. And I mean, the Deep Shadow ring also sucks, but you don't really have much of a choice. So honestly, getting the ring is the better idea, because I'm going to be able to actually use that in like 3 weeks when I get it, because I'm going to buy the coding for it. Actually, can I? What gives you coding? Oh, page 2, fuck that. I'm buying the helmet. Unless, like, well, I gotta see what happens next week. If head drops, then yeah, I'll buy the helmet. I should actually wait until after we finish Leviathan before I make any hasty judgments. Because if we do finish Leviathan and I do get the headgear, then that means I have basically 1.5 coatings, which is what I need. I need at least 2 coatings, meaning I want to take any coatings from the group. Respect Whammon, by the way. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing to see. You dishonor famery. Respect women. All direct hit melds, by the way. Which is a valid tank melding strat. I don't know if it's Dark Knight Bis, but it is a valid tank strat to just completely meld that. Oh, oops, it's not magic, I'm sorry. What is it? Earrings. Are the earrings Bist in slot? I forget if these earrings are. They might be because of the skill speed over the dead tenacity, but I don't know. I think I'm going to keep these. I don't mind melding a little bit of skill speed to lose some direct hit. I don't care. This is honestly why I'm kind of jealous of Warriors, because Warriors meld, like a while ago, I was a Warrior, and I was like, yeah, melding a Warrior is super awesome. Because it is, because you don't have to worry about direct hit. You're not supposed to meld any of it, period. Oops, what did I do? Yeah. So yeah, I guess we'll see. I think you need, no wait, you need a coating for the belt, right? Yeah, you need coating for the belt, and twine for this. Alchemic thread woven through the combined means of the various craft. Enhancing the attributes of deep shadow vestments. I like how this also has skill speed. Yeah, if anything, I'd want to put skill speed into this bad boy. Yeah. I would. So I think, but the helmet comes first, and the week after it's the belt. Oh well. It's a lot of just waiting. A lot of people's best in slot is tome this time, so yeah, we'll stick with that, I guess. And I have a bunch of poetics I have nothing to do with, basically. Oops, that is totally not what I want to do. My favorite part about doing any of this is tracking down the fates, because the fates are honestly the worst part about it, because sometimes you have to wait long periods of time to get the fates. Thankfully, the last class that I have to do this on is a healer, so as long as I have the time, I'm technically not... Oh wait, I'm in a queue. I totally forgot about that. Ranting and raving about something else. I think when I first joined this game, changing class while in the overworld put all your stuff on cooldown. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I actually should move this up. There you go. I forget if I ever moved that dance cage. What the fuck is going on? So this is what I would do, is I would sit outside of a fate, and I would just wait. And that's it. You just wait for the fate to spawn. So here Giant Sepp spawns like right around this dragonfly. Really what you are supposed to do though, which I'm not going to do because I'm about to get put into a dungeon, is just what I do is I teleport between the 3 areas that I'm supposed to do the fate in. And I always try to do the fates first. Because they're time-based. You don't, I don't want to wait for all 3 fates and miss 2 others because I was sitting around waiting for one. That's not time efficient. It's literally faster to just teleport and check like every 2 minutes. And if you don't see anything, maybe go kill the 3 monsters you need for a book and then run back. Like I said, the only part about this this relic that sucks is the 16 dungeon quest, because it's just a lot of legwork and a lot of running. And it's not even so much like you have to kill the monsters, because obviously I could just run it as a machinist and just shoot stuff from afar. It's more the fact that you have to load in, get to the back of some dungeon that you've done 1,000 times, get out, rinse, repeat. Like, that's what really kind of kills it for me. Not even necessarily in a bad way. I'll just be glad when all this is done, and I don't have to ever do this shit again. I have to do it... I already did that step for... I have to do that step 3 more times. Because I'm on Monk, and I need to progress it through Monk, and my Bard is also kind of whatever. The Bard weapon's almost done. Which means I need to do the Monk steps. Because I make enough poetics that getting that... Pretty much I could do it like 1 step a day if I really put the time into it. But I'm just lazy. I don't want to do it. You do it for like 10 classes, believe it or not. I don't want to do it for the last one. That is not fun at all. If any luck, I'll come out and it'll literally spawn 3 seconds later. This is what I'm talking about, by the way. You can almost sit around for long periods of time and not get into roulettes. And it's not the game's fault. It's just kind of how the cookie crumbles a bit, I guess. Let's open over here. Okay. What's that? What is this? Attempt number 3? Yeah. 3rd time's the charm. I actually need to fix the title for all these streams. It's not the 12th Eden stream, it's the 13th. Oops. Mixer updates on the fly. I don't know about the rest of this. This is literally the 2nd time in like 3 years I've gotten this dungeon. Well, maybe more like the 3rd or 4th. I think I had like one right before the end of Stormblood. I think you can weave that. I don't even know how I got paralyzed. That just occurred. Holy shit, these effects. Alright, I gotta fix something. There's too much slowdown. Honestly, maybe I should take this stream down and reboot. And I say it real slowly like that because I do have the time before raid. So I technically could get away with it. How do I get paralyzed? I have no clue what's paralyzing me. I could be standing in something for all I know. Feels bad. That sound effect for True Thrust is something else. Damn it. maybe I guess I am fucking up my elusives. Just like the stupid tsunami second wave I can never do correctly, except... Actually, I did it correctly last time. I'll give myself a little bit of credit. I thought I would fuck it up. I'll fuck it up today, don't worry, but... I thought I was gonna fuck it up like all the time last time. Yeah, I'll reboot after this. Because we're basically done here until raid anyway, so we're not killing anything else. I forget it's not there, and that's also not the right button even if it was. Yeah, stuff now on this roulette dies so quickly, it's not even funny. Like, it's not even worth popping Lance Charge, because he'll be dead not even in a minute. He'll just be gone. What? I apparently have one of those. Travel down the upstairs case. Oh yeah, that's right, you can't actually sustain Blood of the Dragon. But you know what, that's okay, because you'll need to activate it right before you start jumping. I think Blood of the Dragon influences how much damage you do with Dragon Fire. Let's see. Nope, just jump and Spine Shatter by 30. I mean, dropping it isn't even that big of a deal most of the time. It's just that you lose your eyes. That's the real big thing. This guy's a leaf, so I you know, I'm not really upset that we're going slow. He's kind of new, it seems, so... For all I know, this is legitimately his first time running this. That is a possibility. Although he is doing the big pulls, so maybe not. But you never know. It could legitimately be someone's first time running a dungeon. Especially something this old, it doesn't really have that much, like, ridiculous stuff going on. It's not terrible. It's not the worst thing ever. Oh, but damn it, but if I take this stream down, I'm gonna have to rename it. Ah, fuck it. That literally takes less time. And will generate less grief than me not rebooting. Or at least closing some stuff. Oh, they're all dead? Wait, how did they all die? I don't know, maybe someone's just really good at what they do. Now that would have been the wrong button. That was the right wrong button. I hate this fight. To be fair, I probably could just take that damage, but whatever. Travel up the down staircase. I think I did this when I was half asleep, honestly. Because I don't even remember, not Califisteri, Calcabrina. Believe it or not, I no longer fall asleep hand or DS in hand. It's kind of not my thing anymore. I usually fall asleep playing this game, or nearly fall asleep playing this game. I'm sorry, I forgot I have to do this. Do you even finish the combo? I don't think you do. I think you just go immediately into Doomspike afterwards. Yep. Yeah, see, I remembered that. Just in time. I moved my AoE combo, so it's a little weird. You know, I do miss Ring of Thorns. I miss a lot of those, like, OG moves where you had your line AoE, and then you had your circular AoE. I just kind of miss Ring of Thorns for the literal animation, because I thought it was way cooler than Doomspike. I was very sad when Doomspike was the one that made the cut, and Ring of Thorns totally didn't. I don't think it's worth wasting any time setting up. Well, maybe I guess it is. Because there's more coming down. Oh boy. My favorite theme from probably what is one of my favorite bosses in Final Fantasy IV. Dr. Lugai is not as cool, though. I think that's how you say his name. I don't remember. The DS version was nice because it had all that voice acting, so you could actually tell how to pronounce some of these names very easily. So it's Cecil instead of Cecil, which is what I originally thought it was. I think it's Rydia, too. Feels good, man. Those DS games were god tier. Okay. I think that's physical. You can faint it. Oh. Welcome to the dollhouse. Thank you. I just dropped my combo as soon as I got up to that step. We are definitely not getting LB2. Like I always say, these bosses don't really live long. Triple decker. There's no longer any limit to the number of rare cards you can place in your deck, so that's 3 stars. I don't care about any of this. Goodbye. Wonder what you have to do for the higher versions. Alright, well I'm not hunting this shit in that way. Oh, Blue Mage. Literal trolling. But I'm not doing this now. I will follow through with what I said I was going to do. And at least see if I can close some stuff down. And if I can't, I'm going to reboot. And yeah, when we're done, we're doing raid. I kind of also want to just rest a little bit. Because I got an hour before we start. So I guess I'll do some of that. So, is it really even worth a stream ender? I don't know.
Quitting time.